Alright, so I'm doing a video on filling my fork leg, filling it to proper level of the oil. The service manual says 58 millimeters from the top here. So from the top here in is 58 millimeters. So 58 millimeters is about it's just a tad over 2¼ inches. So I just measured my my little extension here at 2¼ So basically from the end here to my line is 2¼ So I'm gonna fill up the oil and I'm gonna dip this in. And each time when I touch the oil, and I could I could reference where the line is. So I'm gonna get it just about as close as I can where the line is to the top of the fork leg. That should be my my measurement. And I'm using ATF as the fork fluid. Now you could use use whatever weight, depends on how heavy you are. You could use 7.5, 10, or 15, or whatever. Whatever your preference is. I forget what the factory weight is. I think the factory weight is 7.5, maybe 10. But if you're a heavier rider, you might want to use a 15 weight. And ATF fluid is oh shoot, I forgot what it was now. I think it's 7.5 or 10. So I'm pretty lightweight, so I don't have to worry about using a heavier fork oil. So once I get it up about 1 inch from the top, I'm gonna cycle it up and down. So get rid of all the air bubbles that's in there. So cycle up and down a few times. Get rid of those air bubbles. So that way, when I do my measurement, my reading, I know it's accurate. So I see the level went down. It went down like ½ inch just from from cycling up and down. So make sure you cycle it so that you can see the actual level. Let's see. So I'm just about almost touching, not quite yet. Right there. So I'm actually level's a little low still. So I'm gonna go a little bit more, probably like another eighth of an inch or so. That's not much. That's only like literally a few drops. Literally maybe 10 or 20 drops or something like that. So let's try that one more time. Look down there. When it touches, I stop. Nope, touches. Stop. Oh, still a little bit low. I might add a little bit more. Maybe add too much, you have to pour some out. Several ways of doing that. You can either pour it out carefully, or you could use a little straw and put a straw in there, and when the straw dips in there, squeeze the top so it holds the oil by vacuum, and you could take out a little bit at a time that way. But I don't think I have the patience for that. I'm just gonna do it like this. Let's cycle it one more time just to be sure. Okay. Go down till it touches. Right there. Oops, I'm way too up. Now you see how high I am. So I barely pour any in, and I'm like a ½ inch too high already. So you can see how much of a difference that is. So I'm just gonna pour out a little bit. Just a little bit. Since I tilted it, I'm gonna cycle it again, just in case air got in anywhere. Okay. Put it in. Touch. Okay, still a little bit high. Put out a little bit more. As always, it's best to go a little bit at a time, You gotta be kind of patient with it. And they do make a tool that, you know, specific just for this job. It's on a syringe and has a little level adjust on it and the capture, and you could measure out, you know, however length you want. I actually have one of those, but I didn't want to use it because, you know, this is supposed to be a do-it-yourself, and, you know, someone that's a do-it-yourselfer might not have those tools, and I want to show you how to do it, you know, without having any type of special tools. You know, just stuff that you could have, you know, that's common. You can have everyday home mechanic. So I'm about 1/8 of an inch too high, just a tad bit more. Have to be careful with this one. I don't want to go too low now. Okay. Okay, I think this one should be good. So down till it touches the fluid. Oops, I'm down too far. Do that again. It touches the fluid. Right there. So I'm just about there. Okay. So I'm good. Okay, so I already wiped down my spring. So actually I'm gonna wipe it down one more time. Make sure your spring is clean before you put it back in. Alright. Some dirt on there, some lint, whatever. Put it in there. Bring your stanchion up. And also wipe down the cap here. So you're gonna have to kind of push against the spring tension a little bit, so it shouldn't be too bad. I have my little thing here. You don't necessarily need this, but it helps a little bit, just a tiny bit. So, oops. Okay, so it's on there. Spin it, get it tight with my hand here, and I actually won't tighten this until it's actually on the fork clamp. So what I would do is, you know, if you have a vise that you could hold the stanchions here, but if you don't, you do is you use a fork clamp. The fork clamp will hold this, and you actually tighten this nut up, this cap up. Okay, so that's gonna be another video. Thank you.